Hello guys, it's B again. How are you today? So we're going to do a short sequence to stretch around the legs, the hips, the glutes and the side of the body. Right, make yourself comfortable. I suggest you sit as we're going to start sitting straight away. But if you feel really tired, don't hesitate to lie down on your back. Okay, so let's close the eyes. If it's comfortable for you. And let's take 2 or 3 deep breaths in and out. So you can inhale through the nose and you can exhale through pursed lips as if you were doing like a voiceless whole sound. It goes in and exhale all the air out. Again, inhaling here. Exhale all the air out. One last one, deeply inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, just feeling that sensation of release and relaxation rushing through the whole body. Once you've done those 3 breaths, or perhaps 4, just allowing the breath to be natural again and observing how those few deep and long breaths made you feel. If you have an intention you like to bring into that practice, then also you can repeat it 3 times mentally. That might be the right time to do it right at the beginning of the practice. And slowly opening the eyes. Okay. You see how it set a very more calm state of mind, let's say. I was a little bit hyper when I first started, and then just by taking this few breaths, by listening to the sound of the singing bowl as well, and by bringing an intention in, I feel more settled, more grounded. So we're going to start with our legs slightly wider than the hips, so you can bring the legs right outside the edge of your mat. If you find yourself rolling towards the sacrum or collapsing from the spine, see if you can bend your knees and then you'll lengthen up. So really pressing down into the sitting bones and find that length right from the sacrum to the crown of the head. Then if you're flexible, if you have some flexibility in your hamstring, it might be that you can extend the legs, but if you extend the legs and feel that you're going back down, rolling towards the sacrum, then please keep the knees bent, so then you can have that tilt around the hips. Interlock both hands together. Inhale here, exhale, turn towards the left side and down. Bring the hands towards the foot. And drawing a circle with the arms. So as you draw the circles, you bend the arms. And exhale down. So exhaling down. Inhale, you move back a little bit. Bring the hands towards the sternum and down as you exhale. That's 3, 4. Don't hesitate to close the eyes as you do so, to stay with the sensation felt from within. 5. Then on the next inhalation, we're going to reverse this time. We start towards the right side and down as I exhale. Inhaling back. 2. Closing the eyes, making sure the face is relaxed. 3. Where can you feel that movement? 4. And 5. And at the end of that round, just keeping the eyes closed, you can bring both of your hands on each side of your hips and simply observing the sensations coming from within. Really cultivating that quality of presence. Okay, right, then opening the eyes. You're going to bring the arms on the side in T, so the same, bend the knees if you're feeling that you're rolling towards the sacrum. We really want to get some nice length in the back and opening the front as well. Inhale, as you exhale, you're going to pulse your right arm towards the left foot. 1, 2. Inhale, back to center. Exhale on the other side. Pulsing twice. 1, 2 on the exhalation. In, back to center. Exhale. Exhale. Coming back to center. Now I'm going to bring, as I exhale, I'm going to bring both of my arms turning towards the left side. You see, I'm not collapsing towards the front, but rather I'm lengthening up towards the sky, and then I'm perhaps looking towards the left arm. Then I'm going to bring my right arm down, but you see my arms are still in T. Now I bring my left arm up. Just that intention is to stretch, open around the left side. I use the inhalation to come back towards that left side and coming back to center. I rest here. It's quite challenging, you see. Can you feel it around the shoulders and the arms? Okay, on the other side. So here, bend the knees if you do need to. Make sure you're not collapsing and turning with the whole body collapsing, but rather lengthening. So I'm going to do that one with the arms, with the legs bent, arms in T. I inhale, slightly engage around the glutes, perineum, and transverse. I'm supporting myself, and I rotate. You see how my arms are in T, and my right arm is leading. As I exhale, I look back. And here I bring now my left arm towards the left side, sorry. Left arm, left side. Still arms in T, and then open the right side up a little bit. Take one breath here. Exhale. Now the next inhale, I come back to center. Again, as I exhale, I rotate both of my arms towards the left side, and this time I'm lengthening my right arm to bring it to the outside of the left pinky toe. If you don't reach the left pinky toe because knees are bent, and to keep that nice length, you bring your hand behind the knee or alongside the shin bone. It's alright. Yeah? Otherwise you reach the pinky toe. You can even hold here your back foot. You see I'm not collapsing the chest in, but rather lengthening, looking up. Bring my left arm up perhaps, and slowly coming back to center, and I do the same on the other side. I'll rest a little bit. I can really feel it in the arms, but also on the side of the body, around the glutes and the hips. It's a really, really nice one. Again, I activate the arms as I exhale. I turn towards, this time, the right foot. I look back first, and then I lengthen again, and I reach my left hand out as much as I can and reach out for the pinky toe. And here. Inhale, back to center. Okay. A few movements and already feeling really, really, really warm. Great. From here, I move into all fours. My all fours, so a few cat and cows. So exhale here. Inhale, open the chest towards the front and sacrum up, sitting bones up, and exhale, sending the sitting bones towards the floor, gently rounding the back. One more time, inhaling up and exhale. Come back to center. Here, try to feel my neutral spine, so really that nice center, middle, right between the back and the front of the body. I'm not collapsing into my shoulders, but pushing myself away from the floor, being strong. I quite like to keep the toes tucked under. Next inhale, I'm going to lift the knees off the floor Exhale, bring the knees down. So slightly, they probably go up about 5 centimeters off the floor. As I inhale, exhale down. Inhaling up. Exhale down. So of course, I feel as well the weight slightly shifting towards the front and down. Inhale, bring the knees up the floor. As I exhale, I bring the weight towards the back, hips towards the back, and then I move up into my downward dog. So same in downward dog, don't hesitate to keep your knees bent. Downward dog, you can move the dog a little bit by bending one knee and then rotating it towards the opposite side. It can be quite nice for the lower back. Okay. Alright, here you're going to bring both of your feet slightly closer to each other so that you can start to lift the left leg up. Sorry, the right leg up. Keep the leg bent. And then you extend that leg and bring it back down as you exhale. Then you do the same with the left one. So I started with the right. As I inhale, I keep my knee bent and slowly moving up. So I feel a really nice stretch in the opposite leg. Extend it and down. Okay. And now I'm going to bring my right foot. Sorry, I'm going to start with my left so you can see properly. I'm going to bring my left foot between my hands into a low lounge, right knee down. And here simply moving back and forth. Moving towards the front and hips towards the back. Front and back. Doing 3 or 4 of those. And back. Front and back. Coming back to center. I open the left foot slightly on the side so I can bring my left hand inside my left leg. And I give more space here for my pelvis to draw some circles. So here I'm just going to draw circles with the hips, with the pelvis. Again here, feel free to close the eyes. And slowly reversing the circles, the direction. Okay, so the same here, reconnecting with the breath and the sensations felt from within, probably around the hips, the groin, the glutes and the legs, inner thighs. Okay, great. Slowly coming back to center, your left foot, you bring your left foot right in front of your left hip. And then here, I'm going to walk my right foot back a little bit, just to get a little bit of more of a stretch around my groin and psoas. You can bring your hands onto your fist if it becomes a little bit uncomfortable for the wrist. Okay, and then let's move back into the downward dog. Press down into your hands. Extend your back leg. Extend the front and left foot back into your downward dog. 1, 2, so in between the pose, don't hesitate to close the eyes, to observe the sensations coming back or any sensations felt, the difference between the right and the left, or moving into any way that feel intuitive for your body to move. And then now let's bring the right foot between the hands, left knee down, and starting to move back and forth. Moving back and forth with the hips, diving in. And as you move the hips back, you can feel the stretch a little bit more towards the back of the front leg. Okay, coming back to center. Walking your left foot out, so then you can bring both of your hands inside that leg, but also so that you can start to draw some circles as well with the hips or with the pelvis. You can close the eyes and staying with the breath and the sensations felt around the legs, inside of the legs, the hips, perhaps even the lower back. And reversing, once you've done a few circle in one direction, you reverse. Okay, we move really, really slow in this one. Okay, slowly coming back to stillness. You can bring your right foot back to center. You can walk your right foot forward. So earlier with my left leg, I showed you how to walk your foot backward, or you can also walk your foot forward and then diving it a little bit more. That feels really, really nice here. With my right hand, I'm slightly pushing my left knee in. You can really feel the nice stretch along the right inner thigh, but also the left groin and psoas. Okay. And then to move back into downward dog, press down into your hands. Extend the back leg, move the hips back and up. And a downward dog, the same here. And it feels really, really nice. You know, as you move a little bit, perhaps bending one knee at a time, as if you were cycling, yeah? But reversing cycling. Maybe just being aware of that sensation of fluid, almost lubrication around the hips, the femur, the groin, on the side of the legs. Okay, let's bring back the left foot between the hands and left knee down. Right. Again, moving back and forth slightly. Just 2 or 3. Okay. And from here, we're going to extend the back leg. So we bring the right knee up and then moving towards the balls of the back foot and towards the back heel and extending the front leg. Coming into a triangle posture. If you feel that both of your legs are slightly too apart from each other, don't hesitate to bend the front leg and then bring your right foot down. Yeah, that's much better actually. Here I can come into a triangle posture, slightly rotates the back leg, whatever feels right for you. And here, so maybe you want to keep your front leg bent to start with, but you see, trying to reconnect with that length around, that length in the spine. And then I extend my front leg. If you're flexible, you can flex your left toes as well and see if you can lift the sole of your left leg without then tilting the hips, yeah? So without rounding the back. Could you see that? Okay. Up. It's not what I'd like you to do. I'm trying to keep really nice length so that the fold is from the hips rather than from the back, yeah? Okay. Once you're there, press down into both of your feet and then press down into your right hand or perhaps the fist as well. You can go into a fist and then opening into a reverse triangle. Yeah, shoulders away from the ears, slightly engaging around the core, and exhale, move back down. And here, allow the sternum to move towards the knees, because I'm led by the chest. Oh, that feels really, really nice. Now I like to be able to take a few breaths in that posture. If you feel that you're holding the breath or you're clinging your teeth, so there's any tension in the face, it might be that you went too far down into your stretch, a step away from it. Inhale, bring the upper body parallel to the floor. Bend the front leg and then bring both of your feet parallel to each other so you can press into both of your hands and come into downward dog. Okay, the same here, just moving a little bit. Oh, that feels really, really nice. Feels slightly deeper than what we did before. That's why I did the back and forth and then the circles with the hips, so I can really dive into this one. Okay, now right foot, right leg up, bring the right foot between the hands. I'm going to bring my left leg a little bit forward so I can press into my left foot. And then here I start to feel the nice foundation, the stability in my legs, and that I'm really tilting from the hips and that there's no discomfort in the lower back.
I clearly feel a stretch in the legs, around the hips as well, but there's no discomfort whatsoever in the lower back. I'm quite flexible, so don't hesitate to keep your front leg bent. Okay. I'm going to connect here with my left hand, either palms facing down or come into a fist, depending on how it feels for the wrist. And then here now, I use those 3 points of contact. I start to shift a little bit of weight into my left hand, and so I can open here the right arm up. Either looking up, or keep looking down or right in front of you. See how it feels for the neck. Trying to create a space between the belly button, between the belly and the front thigh. And exhale, move your right hand down. Bend the front leg, press down into the hands. And come back into a downward dog. And the same here, just observing. Alright. And bringing the knees down, let's move into an extended child pose, just simply to rest. And pressing into your hands, come back into a sitting position. Closing the eyes. That's the end of this short practice. Observing the sensations felt from within. And if you had an intention at the beginning of the practice, you may want to bring it back to your mind and repeat and see if anything is shifted. And in your own time, you can choose to rub the hands together, create a little bit of warmth, just rubbing the hands. Bringing the palm of the hand onto the face. That's a very nice ritual I like to do at the end of the practice. Awakening that sense of touch, of smell as well. As you bring the hands towards the nostrils, you awaken that sense of smell. Alright. So if you like to do more of those sequences, or you can also do check on the YouTube, there is more sequence I've done for the hips as well that can be done. So the one for the hips can be done before, and then you can do this one, and then you can do some standing sequence, but I always try to keep my sequence less than 20 minutes, so then everybody's got that time to at least do something every day. So thank you so much for your trust. Please don't hesitate to leave some comments, some feedback, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.